Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video, we'll be discussing another new concept inside object-oriented programming called aggregation. So before starting with the aggregation, first of all, let me tell you, see, whenever you are designing any kinds of software, whenever you are trying to create any kinds of application, it's not like that you will be only creating one class, okay, for that particular application. So you create actually multiple class. So let me give you one example. Let's say you are implementing Facebook software, that means Facebook application. So inside Facebook, we are having different functionality. Let's say I can, apart from the login operation, I can perform the sign up operation. Okay, I can, let's say, create my profile. I can post something in the Facebook. Okay, so different thing we can perform there. So for this, what you will do, you will just try to create different class. Let's say for login, you will be creating one class. For sign up, you will be creating another class. Create profile, you will be creating another class. Okay, so that's how actually we'll be implementing different class, and we'll be creating the entire application. With that, what will happen, your code management would be really good, and you can manage your code in a very easy way, and you will get one convenience called code reusability. That means you can reuse the same class again and again. Okay, this is the concept. Now see, whenever I'm creating multiple class and whenever I'm designing any kinds of software, so definitely there would be some relationship between some classes. Let's see if I'm talking about sign up and login. So first of all, user will perform the sign up operation. Then whenever he will perform the login operation, first of all, it will check whether user did the sign up operation or not. That means in sign up and in login, actually, there is a relationship. So these two classes having relationship. So these two class can actually communicate with each other. Okay, so this is called actually aggregation. That means if there is a relationship between, let's say, some classes, okay, this is called aggregation. Okay, this is called aggregation. That means one class own another class. Okay, this is the idea here. So again, it's a practical understanding. So let's go to our code editor and try to understand this aggregation. So guys, I already told you aggregation means there is a relationship. That means it has some relationship with a class or with a multiple class. Okay, this is the idea. And in a short form, you can also tell one class owns other class. This is the idea. So for this, let me give you one example. I think then this part would be more clear. So here, let's say I'll be writing a class. The class name is, let's say, customer. Okay, customer. Now inside this class, I'm going to create a constructor, so underscore init. And this class takes some input, let's say name, gender, and address of the customer. Okay, address of the customer. Then what I will do, I'll simply create some class variable, that means instance variable, and I'm going to store these are the variable one by one. So I'll just write self.name is equal to name. Then I will take self.gender equal to gender and self.address equal to address. Okay, that's it. Now just try to see here, name and gender. Okay, name and gender I can define in just one word. Let's say name is equal to, I can write, okay, name is equal to, I can write Bappy only. Okay, Bappy only. Or let's say Bappy Ahmed or anything, right? And gender is equal to, okay, gender is equal to, I can write male or female. Okay, it's up to me. That means this is not actually complex variable. This is not a complex variable. But whenever I'm talking about address, okay, whenever I'm talking about address, so address is a complex variable. Okay, it's a complex data because inside address, we'll have so many things. Let's say we'll have the city, we'll have the, let's say pin code, we'll have the, let's say state. So that's how inside address, we'll have different kinds of, let's say entity, right? And to store an address, actually, I can't take only one variable and I can't write actually, let's say address is equal to, let's say city, then pin, then state. Okay, I can't write like that because inside a variable, I can't store multiple value. It's not possible, right? So for this, what I can do, I can just design this particular program in that way. So instead of taking the address, okay, like that, what I will do, I'll just create another class. Okay, I'm going to create another class. The class name is, let's say address. Okay, let's say this is my class. So it should be address. So this is the class I have created. Now inside this class, I'm going to create another constructor. Let's say underscore init. And now this class also takes some input. Let's say the first input, it will take the city. Okay, city name. Then the second input, it will take the pin code. And the third input, it will take the state. Okay, you can also mention so many things inside address, but I'm going to take these three entity as of now. Okay. Now again, I'm going to create a instance variable. So self.city is equal to city. Then self.pin is equal to pin and self.state is equal to state. Okay, so that's how I can define this particular class. Okay, now see what I'm going to do. Instead of giving the address, okay, instead of giving the address separately, I'll give the entire class object, because I told you we can pass any kinds of class object as a reference to a function or to a class. I already told you, we can pass it. So simply what I will do, let me delete this line, it's not required. I'm going to execute the program. Okay, now see, it's working fine. Now first of all, if I want to initialize the customer, okay, customer, let's say object. So let's initialize, let's say customer object. So customer object takes 3 input. First of all, it will take the name, let's say name is Bappy. Then it will take the gender, let's say gender is male. The third input, it will take the address. Okay, address is nothing but it will take the address object. That means this class object. Now what I will do, before initializing the customer, I will define the address class. So let me define the address class. And address takes 3 input. So first of all, it will take the city name. You can see it will take the city name. Let's say city, I'll give Karnataka. Okay, then second input, it will take the pin code. Let's say I'll give 454545. Okay, let's say this is my pin code. And the third input, I have to give the state. Okay, let's say state, I will give Bangalore. Okay, so let's say this is my address object I have defined. Now this particular object I'm going to pass here. Okay, this object actually I'm going to pass here. So it should be address. Okay, like that. Now if I execute the program, now see, everything is working fine. Okay, everything was working fine. Now if I want to print all the, let's say, information, so what I can do, inside customer class, I can create a method. The method name, I can just name it as print, let's say address, or I can write print information. Okay, print info. So inside that, I'm going to print everything. Okay, let me show you what I did. See, first of all, I'm printing the name, self.name. I'm printing the gender, self.gender. I'm printing the address. Now see how I'm printing the address. I'm calling the address object. Then I'm calling the city. Okay, first of all, I'm printing the city. Then I'm printing the pin code. Okay, then I'm printing the state, because address is a class object. Now I can call this particular object and I can call the attribute. Okay, inside that. Okay, this is the idea. Now see, if I execute the program right now, it's working fine. Now simply I'll just write cus.printinfo. Okay, this is the method I defined. Now see, if I execute, it will print everything like name, gender, address. Okay, everything it will print one by one. Now I think you got it. So this is called actually aggregation. Okay, this is called actually aggregation. That means what is happening now, my customer class is able to communicate with my address class. Okay, so these two class has some relationship. So without this address class, my customer can't work. Okay, my customer can't work. So this is called actually aggregation. That means it has one relationship. One class owns another class. That means my customer class owns my address class. Okay, this is the idea. I hope you got it. Okay, what is the aggregation inside OOP? Okay, what is the aggregation inside Python? I think it is clear now. But inside aggregation, you will get one issue actually. So let me show you the issue actually you will face. So let's say I will copy the same class as it is, and I'm going to paste it here. Now see, instead of taking this city like that, I will take this particular city as a private property. Let's say I will take as a private variable. Okay, underscore city. Now tell me, will your customer class can access this particular city or not? Okay, see, if I just write underscore city. Now tell me, will it able to access? Okay, will it able to access this particular city? Let me know. See, if I execute the program, let me show you. So I'll copy paste the same thing. Now I'll call the print info. Okay, print info I'll call. Now see, it can't access. It will give you one error. Address object no attribute customer city. Okay, it's not possible inside aggregation, because you can own any kinds of class, but it doesn't mean you can also own the private property of that particular class. Okay, so Python won't be giving you this particular let's say functionality. You can't access any kinds of private property from a different class. Okay, it's not possible. But if I want to let's say show my private property, what I can do, I think you remember, I can use getter and setter method for this. Okay, so simply again let me show you another example. So let's say if I want to show the city right now, so what I will do, instead of giving it directly, I'll just create a getter method for this. I'll just name it as get underscore city. Okay, so this is the name. So it will return self.city. Okay, now simply instead of calling the underscore city right now, I'll call self.address dot get. Okay, get underscore city. Okay, and this is a method. Now see, if I execute the program, and again let me initialize everything. Now see, it is able to access the city currently. Okay, that means with the help of getter actually I can do it. Okay, with the help of getter I can do it. Now you can ask me, sir, we just learned one concept, like we remembered whenever I'm writing any kinds of private property, that means in the memory, how it will create, it will create underscore name of the class, then underscore that particular let's say attribute name. So can I use that particular approach? Yes, you can also use that particular approach. Let me show you what approach actually I'm talking about. So instead of using the getter, okay, getter city, this getter method, what I will do, instead of calling like that, I'll just call like that. I'll call self dot underscore, let's say the class name is address, so address, then underscore city. Okay, now see if I execute the program, it will work. But again, this is not a recommended way. I already told you. Okay, this is not a recommended way, because you won't be touching the private property whenever you are seeing any kinds of private property inside implementation. Okay, you don't need to change anything inside that. That's the idea. That means what you have learned from this particular concept, that means you can only access non-private attribute and non-private methods. So similar wise, it can be also applicable for the method as well. It's not like that private method you can access. No, any kinds of private method also you can't access whenever you are using aggregation concept. Okay, that means non-private attribute and non-private methods. Okay, you can perform this particular aggregation. So to overcome this particular issue, that means to solve this particular issue, there is another concept we'll be learning called inheritance. Okay, inheritance inside OOP, and I'll tell you, inheritance is like very powerful concept inside Python and inside object-oriented programming. With the help of inheritance, you can do lots of things. Okay, you can make the connection between multiple classes. Okay, there are types of inheritance concept you can use here. Okay, so yes, I hope you like this particular video, and this is all about our aggregation inside OOP. Okay, so I just showed you this aggregation because the aggregation nobody uses nowadays. It has been deprecated. But to understand the inheritance, I just explained this particular aggregation. Okay, this is the idea. So yes, this is all about from this video. I hope you liked it. Thank you so much for watching this particular video, and I will see you next time.